Hello and welcome in our YouTube channel Metallurgical Facts. So in this video series we are doing metallurgical engineering question practice, and this video series is basically for GATE metallurgy students. So please try to share this video series with GATE aspirants, so those who are going to write GATE 2021, so that they will get the benefit from these video series. Okay, so this is basically part 13th of this video series, and I hope that previous parts of this in this video series will help you while practicing for GATE metallurgy, GATE 2021. Okay, so now we will do the question in this video. So the first question is, electrostatic separation of mineral from each other is based on the differences in the following properties. Okay, so this electrostatic separation is basically a process of concentration which is used in ore dressing or mineral processing part. Okay, so this electrostatic separation is very important concentration process. Besides this electrostatic separation, we have some other concentration process like froth flotation. Okay, so you must have heard about this froth flotation process and magnetic separation processes. Okay, so these are all are concentration processes. Okay, and the hand picking is also one of the part of this concentration process. So this froth flotation is basically based on the surface properties. This is basically based on the magnetic properties. Okay, and the hand picking we can do by the observation. Okay, so they are asking in this question, this electrostatic separation is based on which properties. Okay, so suppose we are having two minerals, so how we will differentiate, how we will separate these minerals from each other. Okay, so this magnetic property is basically used for magnetic separation. We do not use the magnetic properties here. Okay, so densities is not also a property which is utilized here. This density is basically used for sizing properties, sizing processes in mineral processing. Okay, so C part is electrical conductivities. Okay, so this is the correct answer. C, electrical conductivity is the property which is utilized in electrostatic separation for the separation of minerals from each other. Okay, so we see the we see the differences between we see the differences in electrical conductivities for the separation of those minerals. So okay, so for this question, C part is correct answer. Okay, so the next question is, Tafel extrapolation can be used for determining. So there are four options, that is electrode potential of metal under given conditions. Okay, B option is corrosion rate of metals, exchange current density, and electrode potential. So this is MSQ type of questions, means one or more than one may be correct. Okay, so you need to check every options for this question. Okay, so the Tafel extrapolation is basically I will say that this Tafel extrapolation is basically utilize the cathodic and anodic polarization measurement. You can write down cathodic and anodic polarization measurement. Okay, so this is a very vast topic, so I will try to cover this topic in one of the separate video about this Tafel extrapolation. Okay, so here I will tell you in short that Tafel extrapolation basically this techniques uses the data obtained from cathodic and anodic polarization measurement for measurement of corrosion rate. Okay, so what we can measure through this Tafel extrapolation is basically used for measuring the corrosion rate. Okay, so the first thing we can measure by this Tafel extrapolation is, that is corrosion rate. Okay, and due to this corrosion rate we can measure the corrosion current. Okay, so we can measure the corrosion current, or the next thing is that corrosion potential. Okay, so these things may be measured through this by using this Tafel extrapolation. Okay, so the fourth thing is that we can measure the exchange current density also. Exchange current density. Okay, so these are the things: corrosion rate, corrosion current, corrosion potential, and exchange current density. These are the things we can measure through this Tafel extrapolation. Okay, so magnitude of this exchange current density is basically the measure of basically the measure of rate of reaction. Okay, rate of reaction. So we can also relate this TOEFL extrapolation through the rate of reaction also. Okay, so these are the 4 points you need to remember. So the first thing they are asking, that electrode potential of metal under given condition. So we cannot measure the electrode potential, and D option is also wrong because they are asking for electrode potential. Okay, so B option is corrosion rate of metals. So we can measure the corrosion rate of metals by using TOEFL extrapolation. And C part is exchange current density. So exchange current density may be also measured through this TOEFL extrapolation. So B and C may be correct. Okay, so B and C is correct answer for this question. So this question is very nice. You can understand the concept through the graphs given in MG Fontana for the TOEFL extrapolation, if you can. And suppose if you find any problem in this topic, you may message us on Instagram. We will try to give a video on this TOEFL extrapolation. Okay, so B and C is correct answer for this question. So the next question is, the lattice parameter of gamma iron is 0.365 nm. So lattice parameter is given, that is 0.365 nanometers. You can change it into meters also if you want. Okay, and for this type of questions, you cannot you if you will not convert the unit, that doesn't matter. But in every question, please, while practicing, in every question, please try to maintain the unit in one system. Okay, like suppose if you are taking in nanometers, take every units in nanometers. Suppose if you are taking meters, take every units in meters. Okay, so a full dislocation in this material will have Berger vector of magnitude in nanometers. So in question they are asking in nanometers, that's why we will try to maintain, we will try to put a value in nanometers only. Okay, so they are asking Berger vector value, so B value. Okay, so what is the Berger vector? So in this question they are asking about the Berger vector. Okay, so magnitude of Berger vector, how we can find? You know this this lattice parameter of gamma iron. Gamma iron is basically FCC structure. Gamma iron having FCC structure. So from there we can have idea about the relation between this B and lattice parameter. Okay, so we can use the direct relation also. So B is equals to A by root 2. For this is only for FCC. Okay, this is only for FCC, and for other systems you can use like that. B is equals to A by 2 multiplied by H square plus K square plus L square, where this H, K and L are closed packed direction. Okay, closed packed direction. So for FCC, this HKL will be 110. So that's why we are taking A by root 2. Okay, so B is equals to A value is given, that is 365.365 by under root of 2. So from here we can find this B value. B will be equals to 0.258. Okay, so this is the easy question, but sometimes people do mistakes while choosing the formula, while putting the formula. Okay, so this is the important formula you should remember for future questions. For further, they may ask any question from any crystal structure. Okay, so you should remember this question, you should remember this formula. Okay, and this is the correct answer for this question, that is 0.258. Okay, so this C part is correct answer for this question. So C is correct answer for this question. So the next question is matching type of question. So match the items in group first. So these are the some items given in group first, and we need to match through this the manufacturing processes. Okay, so this group 2 contains basically the manufacturing processes. So for matching type of questions, I told you please write down like that, P, Q, R, S. Okay, and then try to find out one by one. So this P is upsetting operation. Okay, so what is upsetting operation? This upsetting operation is basically the type of method or operation which is used in forging processes. Okay, so forging, the type of forging may be 4 types like that. Smith forging. Okay, so for next questions I am telling you. Okay, so hand forging, you can say hand forging. So the first is Smith forging or hand forging. Next one is drop forging. So these are the types of forging processes. Next one is press forging. Okay, so the third one is press forging, and the fourth one is machine forging. Machine, or this is also known as upsetting forging. Okay, so this upsetting operation, this upsetting forging is a type of forging process. Okay, so this is this P we can match through the forging process, so P we can match by 2. Okay, so this is the explanation for this upsetting operation. Next is porthole die. So this porthole die is basically used in extrusion process. Okay, so this porthole die is used for high quality extrusion. Okay, so this is used for extrusion process. So Q we can match for extrusion, so Q we can match through the 1. Okay, so the next is bull block. Okay, so what is this bull block? Suppose we don't know this bull block, what is this bull block in examination, just for example. Okay, so what is the next is orange peel effect, and the defect list I already supplied on our Telegram channel. So if you did not join our Telegram channel, try to go through the link given in description and try to join our Telegram channel. We supplied many PDFs there for revision purpose. Okay, so orange peel effect is basically a defect which is happened in sheet metal forming. Okay, so this happens in sheet metal forming, but suppose in this option, in this in this given processes, they did not give the sheet metal forming process. Okay, so we have two, that is deep drawing and wire drawing. Okay, so we know that wire drawing does not have orange peel effect for confirm. Okay, but this deep drawing process having defects of earring defects. You have heard about earring defects and also orange peel effect. So these two defects are from this deep drawing processes. Okay, so this orange peel effect is basically we can match through this 3. Okay, so orange peel effect S we can match by 3, and bull block is basically used for deep drawing process. Okay, so bull block we can match by 4. So we are having code, now we are having code of 2143. So options which is starting other than 2 we can cross, because we know our concept is good. So we can we already find that this is the correct code for this matching type of question. So options which is starting other than 2 we can cross. So D option is wrong, A option is wrong. Now B and C is there, so B is 2 4. So porthole die Q, they are saying that this porthole die is using for wire drawing. No, this is wrong, because porthole die is basically used for extrusion process. Okay, so this B is also wrong. So C part is correct here. Okay, so C part is correct answer again. Okay, so this is the way of doing matching type of questions in exam also. So the next question is, if the partial pressure of nitrogen increases 4 times during the steel making process, then the solubility of nitrogen in steel. Okay, so they are asking about the solubility of nitrogen. So this nitrogen is diatomic gases, and the solubility of diatomic gases in liquid steel may be represented through the Sievert's law. Okay, so you must have heard about this Sievert's law. I already did the videos on Sievert's law. You can go through our playlist and watch that videos. Okay, so X is equals to K under root of partial pressure of this gases, like whatever the diatomic gases we are using. So Xn2 is equals to K under root of Pn2. So this Xn2 is basically the gases that are dissolved in that liquid steel. Okay, so here in this case they are asking that if the partial pressure of nitrogen increases 4 times, means suppose Pn2 1 is equals to P1, and Pn2 2 is equals to 4P1. Okay, so we are increasing partial pressure 4 times. So they are asking for then the solubility of nitrogen in steel will be, so X1 is equals to X. So X2 will be, that is they are asking. Okay, so you can consider Xn2 1, Xn2 2. Okay, like that, and you can find the equations from here, two equations, and we will take the ratio of those equations to find out these values, because K is constant, so that K will get cancelled. Okay, so x1 by x2, just for making it simple, x1 by x2 is equals to under root of P1 by P2. Okay, like that. So what is the x1 value we are having? X, and x2 we need to find. Okay, so what is the P1 value we are having? P1 is P1 and P2 is 4 P1. This is our P2 and this is our P1. Okay, so from here we will find x2. So x2 will be equals to x under root of 4, that will be equals to 2x. It means that the solubility of oxygen, solubility of nitrogen in steel will be 2 times, that will be increased by 2 times. Okay, suppose that will be x by 2, then it will decrease by 2. Okay, decrease by 2 times. Okay, so this is in multiply, that's why we can say that the solubility of nitrogen will increase by 2 times. So these all options are wrong, so this D option is correct here. So this is the way of doing this question. This formula is very important. This Sievert's law, you will get 2 marks question in every time. Okay, in GATE 2021 also for sure. Okay, so this D part is correct answer. Thank you guys for your attention. Hope you have understood every concept in this video. And suppose if you are finding any problem in this video series, you may directly contact us on Instagram page, so that if we can solve your problem, we can solve your queries as soon as possible. Okay, so subscribe our channel and press bell icon to get notifications for future video. Thank you.